Welcome back, everyone. Guess what we're talking about today? Will Smith. Yeah, Will Smith, one of the actors who was a top Hollywood star, made great movies, was doing really well until it all fell apart because he slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars. Yeah, should have just kept sitting there, Will. You would have had a career. Now, at the moment, he's really desperate. It looks like if anyone's watching news, he's been creating an audience from AI to look like he's doing really well, or his bookings are going really well in regarding to the kind of the music career he's trying to kickstart again. I mean, his music career wasn't really going well when I was when I was quite young. It didn't really go well except for one song, which was "Summertime," which everyone remembers, and that's it. But he's back into creating music because I guess Hollywood won't take him back. Yeah, yeah. So at the moment, if you've seen the news, for some reason Will Smith got so desperate that his team has advised him. I mean, he's got a team, you've got to imagine. So I don't think he's made this up himself or planned this himself. Hopefully not. Well, he's went out and basically, you'll see the video. It's AI generated. He's got the crowd is like all AI. You'll see like people in there whose faces are mushed together or they're melting away, or you've got hands kind of all joined together, moving together. uh, there's like one person who's forming into this thing, or like if you ever watched the movie The Thing, it's like two people who are morphing together to become the blob or something. It makes no sense. But like who's advised Will Smith to do this, or has he just thought that he's gonna do this and get away with it? Because when that video was released, you know, people pause videos or can, have a look, or when they find something odd, they'll pause it and go to frame by frame. So a lot of people, when that video was posted, was straight away on the social media and everywhere on YouTube, on TikTok saying, "Oh, this is fake." But I mean, I've checked it as well, and they're all right. So there's been a big backlash. I mean, that's not the type of kind of media, I would say that Will Smith was looking for. I'm assuming he would have wanted something positive. I don't know why he's went down that route. The PR team, I don't know what they've advised him. Like, how is that going to benefit him? It makes no sense to me, and it's a shame because this guy, when I was young, I watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It used to be like one of the funny comedy shows that you could watch. People used to speak about it. Have you watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Have you watched this episode and stuff like that? And it was just funny, like how he portrayed the character. And a lot of people thought, yes, he's like that. He's a funny person. He can do comedy. But I think his ego's got in the way at some point where he slapped Chris Rock. Of course, there's a lot of context behind it. With what's happened with his wife and other things. I'm not going to go into that in this video. You can type in YouTube and find out, of course, about this if you wanted to. But what level has Will Smith dropped to? Like, is this his low point of his career, where now he doesn't have any real audience or fans that he could have shown in the video? It doesn't make sense. I'm sure he's got still some fans there, die-hard fans, but that made no sense. Like it was just AI generated, and then in the video or in the description or in the title, he's saying, "Oh, look how I'm." With the fans and things like that. He's like trying to even point that out, that look, he's trying to show that he's got so many fans and other things going on. Um, which then Hollywood or, as a music industry might see to give him the boost again. I don't think it's going to work though with all this kind of fakeness that he's doing. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's not run out of money or anything, has he? Like he must be desperate. I think this is what happens when you're in Hollywood or when actors or anyone's in the spotlight, they make so much money and then they've got so much expenditure going out. I guess they've got so many commitments now that he has to fulfill. that he needs more money coming in because he's probably not getting the cash flow that he was getting before with all the movies he was making. So he's probably thought, "I'll go into the music career again, and then create these songs," which aren't really great, I'll be honest. So it looks like that's what he's doing. It just doesn't look, I guess, as someone who was a good actor, and people looked up to, I would say it doesn't look good on him. I wish it wasn't like that. It was a better. He had a better kind of a career at this point in the later part of his life. But he's done it to himself, with that slap at, the Chris Rock, which everyone remembers, and it's on YouTube everywhere. I mean, I still remember watching him thinking, "No, he's just walking up there to say something," to him, and I thought maybe the slap was fake as well. But no, it was real. So I mean, that's it. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to speak about Will Smith because I had to kind of, say something about this. It's just crazy. Like, I never expected Will Smith to do this. Um, he's had such a good career, let's say, until that point. Some of his movies were a flop, but there was no reason to do that. He could have just, yeah, if there weren't that many fans, fair enough, just make the video, whatever. If it's not going well, don't have any concerts or any, you know, um, bookings where he's singing if you think that there's not going to be enough people there. Like, you didn't have to release that video. That's the point. You could have just said, yeah, it's not working out. That's it. But the fact is that they're trying to portray him being really having these bookings and all these fans is basically just trying to kind of scam people in a way. So yeah, I mean, that's my kind of opinion on it here, in the room of opinions. That's what it's all about. Now, if there's anything else you guys want me to speak about, drop it in the comments. Let me know what you think about Will Smith. Was this the right move? Give me your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Well, yeah, let me know what you think about this. And if there's anything where you do want me to cover anything, any other topics, actors, movies, whatever it is, let me know. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.